The health of our musculoskeletal system affects almost every other system in our bodies. Our ability to move freely and produce power shapes our thoughts, our moods, and our beliefs. Our ability to move well and without pain impacts our hormone levels, our digestion, our breathing, our stress response, our circulation, our sleep, and more. Without healthy muscles, joints, and the tissues that connect them all to our fascia, tendons, ligaments, and bones, we cannot move freely. In a nutshell, we can't move ourselves or things around us. If we can't move, we can't survive without outside aid from people, drugs, and machines. If we can't move, we can't thrive. Achieving a healthy musculoskeletal system boils down to 3 measurable qualities: length, strength, and control. Our muscles are like elastic resistance bands whose tension holds us up and together. The way that we move is by coordinating some of those rubber bands to shorten and others to stretch. For example, when you want to bring an apple to your mouth to take a bite, your biceps shortens to bend your elbow while your triceps relaxes and lengthens to make it easier for your elbow to bend and for the biceps to do its job. If both of them shortened, your elbow wouldn't move, and sadly, you wouldn't get the apple. First, our muscles need to be able to achieve certain lengths. Take the apple example. Imagine if your triceps were glued down and couldn't stretch all the way. Your biceps wouldn't be able to bend your elbow because the triceps was stuck on the other side. You wouldn't be able to get the apple. Frustrating. This is how all of our muscles and joints work. You can now start to understand why missing length in muscles will prevent us from being able to move, and how a lot of missing range of motion across many muscles perhaps can greatly limit what we're able to do. It's frustrating enough when we can't achieve certain positions. Where trouble starts to emerge is when a certain body part doesn't move and other body parts need to move extra to make up for it. Now, in addition to having fewer movement options, we end up with certain body parts experiencing overload, which can lead to irritation, pain, and injury. Through simple screening and consistent observation of movement, we can determine which movement patterns present with limited ranges of motion and can start addressing tissues that need length instead of stretching for no reason. This can save us a lot of time and frustration. Next, our muscles need a certain degree of strength. Strength is our ability to produce enough force to get something done. Stand up, walk, move a couch, climb something, open a window, carry groceries, etc. Without adequate strength for the tasks we want to accomplish, we can't do life. We need help from people or machines. Strength can be measured in a variety of ways that allows us to determine where your easiest opportunities for improvement are. This allows us to focus on exercises that will enable you to perform in the ways that are important to you, whether it's as simple as wanting to get out of bed without back pain, or you performing at a higher level in the sport you want with fewer limitations or concerns. Once our muscles can achieve the lengths they need to function normally and within what we require for our lives, we must now ensure that our muscles have the strength to work within those lengths that they can achieve. It's great that your muscles can now stretch to the length that they need, but can they strongly return to a shorter length to move your body in the way that you want? Here's a simple example. Let's return to the apple you want to take a bite of. Your biceps is flexible enough to let your elbow open all the way. You can straighten your arm. If the apple is in your hand, is your biceps now strong enough to close your elbow and get the apple to your mouth? Here, we can see the important relationship between strength and length. Muscles need to get long enough for you to achieve positions and must be strong enough to get you in and out of them. Finally, we need control. Control can be considered the skill with which we move. It's controlling when our muscles stretch and when they shorten. This is technique or form. Control is the difference between walking like a baby giraffe and walking smoothly upright. It's how you hit the baseball, how you got up from the chair, how you lifted the heavy box, or how you threw a punch. Control allows us to keep our joints more healthy by limiting the amount of force that gets placed on any given body part. For example, when performing a squat, without control of our hips, our knees will dive inward and absorb unfavorable forces, depending on our goals. Over time, this can cause harm. Bearing length, strength, and control in mind, we can approach our musculoskeletal health with the following. If it's weak, make it strong. If it's short, make it long. If it's missing control, get it under control.